It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we've got the incomparable Travis Kelce. No one's been busier this season as he currently paces the NFL in receptions. It's the Chiefs and the Chargers, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the LA Chargers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and yes, it's January 7th, but we haven't seen you since New Year's Eve, so we have to say Happy New Year, one and all. And partner, Happy New Year to you. This is it, the conclusion of the 2023 season. Hard to believe, but we got a good one here between division rivals. And you like what the NFL's done here, making Week 18 all division games.
I think it's one of the more inspired moves by the league because they've made these matchups really count. And typically they mean something, not a lot of coasting as people head towards the playoffs. But I do have to ask, January 7th, is it too late to say it? We're kind of right on the borderline, aren't we, about Happy New Year? Because that always seems to be the subject of debate.
Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. And see, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too far, instead of just letting it work. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the scrambler or the dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
That is caught inside the 5. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Here's 3rd and a few inches. They'll try to pick up the 1st with Eckler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
And he comes to the end of the season leading the NFL in passing yards. And that's not necessarily something you set out to do at the beginning of the year, but it's a good illustration of how remarkable and consistent he's been all season.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
3rd and 8. Now here's Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it?
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll run for the first time with Jerick McKinnon. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Throwing now is Mahomes. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. Now Landry. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Heading back out, the Chargers offense. We get a peek at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's a good news, bad news proposition for them. Mostly good news, and that's that they've clinched a playoff spot. That's the important thing. Bad news, though, if they want to make a Super Bowl, for the moment at least, they'd have to do it out of the 6th seed.
And bottom line, everybody wants to play at home during the playoffs. We know that's a given. But nothing builds character for a ball club quite like winning on the road in the playoffs, especially when no one thinks you can do it. And if you win one and gain confidence, who knows? You might get on one of those magical runs.
Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down. It's Eckler again. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. We hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Waiting on it will be Richie James. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Taken in at the 22. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. We do know that they are postseason bound, but they're leaking a little oil, so to speak, as they kind of limp into January.
Yeah, and that oil can set fire to their season, can't it?
Look at that.
See what I did there? But here's the thing that we've both seen in the NFL. Teams down the stretch playing really well, sometimes it doesn't carry over into the playoffs. Sometimes teams that aren't playing well now, if they have good leadership at the head coaching spot and the coaching staff and within the locker room, they can find a way to turn it around. But no one wants to be on a losing streak as they head into the playoffs.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his one-on-two matchup.
On first and 10, here's Pacheco. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. He was brought down by Michael Davis. From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 7. Now Mahomes. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Here's Mahomes to throw. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Mahomes now on first down. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. The Chiefs are 12-4 now on the year. But they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 7. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The offense heading back out as we take a closer look at Austin Eckler. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy, but let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game. Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
7-7, our score after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Herbert throws complete to Williams. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A gain of 32 that time.
Already over over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now Herbert off the bootleg. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass, and the Chargers have taken the lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. 2nd down and a yard. Once more, here's Eckler. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they've moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they wanted to attack.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo, and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Mahomes now to throw. This one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. On 1st down now, run with McKinnon. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold them to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a 1st down. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaim center stage. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 33 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Here's Herbert. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Kelly fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Xander Horvath taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chargers take a 3-touchdown lead. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it into play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And now it has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. And now here comes Kansas City. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. 4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
The offense heading back out as we take a closer look at Austin Eckler. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on. and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive maybe. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Up the middle with Eckler. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. Herbert. His pass caught at the 4. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chargers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On 1st down, Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And Kelsey's going to have a Chiefs first down as he'll get this down to the 41.
First down, Kansas City.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
A gain of 14. And a first down, Chiefs.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
They should put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. To throw, it's Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Kadarius Toney as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Chiefs 14.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando, standing by with that EA Sport. Only 30 minutes left in the regular season, and everybody's excited for the playoffs, so we're just going to forget the halftime show and get back to the football. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So the Chiefs offense heads out. There's a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Playoff picture here, and you see they've got that number 2 spot right now. Obviously a lot to like about that and where they're at in this home stretch of the season. But that first round home game is not guaranteed, Charles, until they lock up their division.
Bottom line, win the division, stay number 2, you get a favorable game at home to begin what you hope will be a nice postseason run.
Mahomes will try again on second down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. Takes it to about the 37. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Chief linemen might have moved. Well, maybe he was going to be involved in that play from his tight end spot, and he jumped.
Yeah, don't tell me that those guys don't like to block. That's what we say about them nowadays in the NFL. But I think he felt like he was one of the key pieces in that play and wanted to get out and execute the assignment very fast.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Just more frustration here offensively, and you can see it in their play and now in their body language. You know they were hoping to put a drive together to begin this 3rd quarter. But it's just not clicking right now, and it's going to be a quick call to the punt team.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. He'll hand off here to Eckler. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. On second down, here's Herbert. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Herbert. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. James now to return. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over.
43-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. That one caught by Rice. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Chargers' 38-yard line.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think the defenders have to feel pretty good. Even though the ball was tipped in the air and could have become a big play for the offense, they actually won one because the guy flinging it today, he's having quite the performance. A couple of touchdown passes.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Kansas City touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, 38 yards. And the Chiefs get a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead will be cut down to 14. This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Herbert now. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Landry now on the return. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. L.A. readies for its next possession. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. They're going to go toss right side with Eckler. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the foot. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. Well, it looks like one of the DBs has it. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On second down, here's Mahomes. That ball caught. It's Rice. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Kansas City.
Mahomes now on first down. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Now here's Mahomes. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Mahomes to throw on second down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Screen play, McKinnon. Room to maneuver at the 35. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
You want to see a defensive coordinator get upset and throw his headset? This is the kind of play that'll do it. You force third and long. This is almost sort of a give-up play. You're just hoping to get something positive, and it winds up breaking big, and they convert on third down.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Mahomes to throw once more. Throwing the out route here, and it's complete to Kelsey. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Kansas City.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you know, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Chris Jones gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. KC's offense ready to take over. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Mahomes.
That's complete to Tony.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try for the first with Pacheco.
And this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. He's been terrific so far. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
Wide receiver Keenan Allen bringing out the rest of this offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. A little short pass. This is Everett. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And out come the Chiefs now.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Mahomes' throw caught by Tony.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
First down, Chiefs.
Now it's Mahomes again. And that is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. That'll be caught by Rice. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 31-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try to get the ball back again.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And again, it's Mahomes. A quick throw, but incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Mahomes going to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And certainly they are pleased to know that they will be in the postseason. That's the good news. They've clinched a spot at least. The bad news, at least for now, they would have to make a run out of that 6-hole seeding, and that's not an easy prospect.
Not at all, especially with how loaded this conference is. And think about the thought of trying to run through 3 road games just to the Super Bowl. It seems unlikely, but we have seen it happen before.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. A little short pass. This is Everett. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Quick slant, that's caught by the 5'11" Landry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
That's another Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
In motion right comes Allen. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Eckler now between the tackles. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 86 yards rushing for him so far as this terrific season continues here. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
It's first and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away.
Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Austin Eckler,
his 21st touchdown of the season.
And the Chargers are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
This fielded right at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Here comes Mahomes and the Chiefs. Down by 15. Just over a minute 40 to play. Mahomes, and they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10.
That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. Mahomes. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 1 timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Mahomes.
And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for 1 here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one is, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Los Angeles, a victory in Week 18 gives them a final mark of 13 up and 4 down. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they finish up the regular season with a mark of 12-5. And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.